Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Welcome back to PENDREAM TV, your trusted source for the hottest political updates in Ghana and beyond. Today, things are getting heated as a renowned lawyer, Godwin Edwiji Tameklo, launches a fiery attack on the Commonwealth Lawyers Association and the UK Bar Council. Why? Because of their controversial statements on the suspension of Chief Justice Torkornoo. Did these foreign bodies cross the line into Ghana's judicial affair? Stay tuned as we break it down for you. Thank you. Do subscribe for more videos as well as a new member. Like and also hit the notification bell for more updates. Thank you, and do join me listening to what he said into detail.
But significantly, please, just in case you're here, let's also apprise you of what we'll be talking about. By the second, or by the beginning of 8, we'll be talking about that important decision that has been made by the current leadership of the New Patriotic Party. And they have made a significant decision to make sure that all those who had been disgruntled, dismembered, disqualified, or perhaps those who by their own volition decided to leave the party have been given that moratorium to be able to return to the party. What does it mean? Who will be willing to return? And significantly for our discussion, we tend to have a lot of people. W1 Atagba of the military police of the Ghana Forces, always watching us live from Burma Camp. Please make sure you share the stream. And for the Central University Law School, they have their president of the LSU, Central University Law, Nasser Ejin, wishing you a great morning as well. For those who have joined us on our stream, let's also tell you that, well, while you're also cashing out, make sure that you join us for the first discussion. And it's about the response. It looks like very swift and strong-worded statement from the Attorney General of Ghana. And it's in a sharp rebuttal to that statement that was all put together and then issued early on by the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, so to speak, or the Association of Lawyers within the Commonwealth, so to speak, as well as other significant, as well as those for that would be England and Wales, subsequently those within the British Isle, etc. So they issued a statement, and significantly what they were saying is that the processes through which the suspended Chief Justice Torkornoo had been taken through, they thought was undeserving, unconstitutional, etc., and so should be halted and she be reinstated. Those two statements getting a swift response, and we'll put that response back to the Attorney General, and so you find them as well. Helping us do the discussion this morning, Edwiji Tameklo is a lawyer by profession, currently occupies the position of being CEO of the National Petroleum Authority. Good morning to you, Edwiji.
Good morning. Good morning to my cherished co-panelists, and good morning to your good self.
Thank you.
Let me just do this. You know, the past week, because of the events, there was a great man that we needed to celebrate. Unfortunately, because of the event, we couldn't. In the person of a man I'll call the rabbi, Mr. Chachuchikata. Yeah. We're supposed to celebrate his 50 years as a lawyer, an academic,
and a mentor?
A mentor. You know, everything that you need in a man. But the unfortunate events, and so he had to reschedule it. I want to use your esteemed platform to wish him the very best. The truth of the matter is that persons like him are the people who have inspired us to where we are. Even at his very ripe age now, he still goes to courts. I remember the last time...
He still does?
Yes. Yeah. The last time with him at the airport, he was going to court in Kumasi, and I was saying, oh, Dumega, you know, like, he said, look, I still have, you know, the strength, the sharpness of mind to practice. And so today, I just want to use this platform to thank him so much for what he has done for us. You know, for some of us who have worked with him that personal, I remember during the election petition, the last one, he will do the processes, I'll go pick it. go and do the filing. You call me, go to the library, look for these cases. For me, it was privilege. Yeah. To even lace his boots alone, for me, was a great thing. And I just want to thank God for his life. And I'm sure there are many, many other persons that he had impacted.
All right.
Include myself. So
yes. So
myself.
he's associated.
Lawyer Apia Dankwa is also here. He's one of the. Is it disgranted? We'll be talking about that second, but it's a good one too.
Good morning, Roland. A good morning to Edwigi and.
You have prepared this morning for
Prof.
mischief.
Yeah, and just to say that I associate myself in entirety to Edwigi's tribute to the great man himself. What even touches me is his humility. As in for somebody of his stature, he's a man of faith, and he's a very humble man. And well, I don't know him as in personally, but somebody that I have immense respect for. When we went to the law school, we were unfortunate, we missed him. But we were taught by his brother, Fritz Chikatanda, a very great man. And so it's sad that our opportunity to celebrate such a great man had to be cast aside by the unfortunate incident of last week. You understand? I lost two of the members, two of the gallant eight I knew personally. Mutala, as such an intellectual, another great man, very humble. And then Dr. Sapon, he called me his nephew. And he had a man of immense wisdom. I always say this, he is one man who could control the room without uttering a word. Ghana, I know, for me, the loss is not NDC's. I think it's Ghana's loss. And may their soul rest in peace once again.
All right. Dr. Bernard Tutubuahing, thank you for joining us as well. And good morning. Welcome.
Yes, thanks. Okay. Good morning to Roland. Good morning to my two lawyers, Edwigi and...
All right. And so in the second half, we'll be joined by Professor Smart Sapon. We know that he's with the Kumasi Technical University, but critically also does a lot of polls. And so he's now known as a pollster significantly. And so we'll be talking to him on the now open gates by the NPP leadership for those members to return. And all the names that keep coming up were many. But the most important one was Alan John Kojo Tremantin as well, for which Lawyer Apia Dankwa is closely associated with. Indeed, Solomon Owusu, who unfortunately won't be coming this weekend, so we can't ask him the question. He's traveled, so we'll see how that goes. But let's take you through what the statement has been from the Attorney General. But the Attorney General's response was to the Commonwealth Association of Lawyers, so to speak. And then we have the one also for England and Wales, that Association of Lawyers. And it says that it's in response to the statement by the Bar Council of England and Wales and the Commonwealth Lawyers Association on the suspension of the Chief Justice. And importantly, they say that the suspension of the Chief Justice is Triton law, and then all the processes within our Constitution, the 1992 Constitution, being followed, and having particular focus on Article 146, and then if they were not apprised, those who uttered the statement through the processes and whether there was prima facie determination or not, leading to where we are currently. And we'll see how that goes. I mean, it's just a sharp rebuttal or response, so to speak. It's been getting the traction over the weekend. And Lawyer Tameklo, would you say that the statement by the Attorney General is to spite these two important composition or associations of lawyers, of especially the Commonwealth, England, Wales, the reputation? Tameklo.
Okay. So once again, I want to just thank you. I noticed that you mentioned my senior brother, Jude Agbamaba.
Yes.
A while ago.
Yes.
I'll be following up on the promise by Minister, my senior brother, Honorable Kwame Agboja, on the bridge over the Oti Adambai. You know, it's a very dear project to me. But that said, I looked at the statement by the Commonwealth, you know, Lawyers Association and the Bar Council of England and Wales. First of all, let's put matters in proper perspective. These two groups are what you call professional association, like the way we have Boys Brigade and what have you. That is what it is. You understand? It is like how we have Ghana Medical and Dental Council in Ghana. It is like how we have the Ghana Bar Association here, Nigerian Bar Association. That is what they are. Now, when you read their statement, particularly the caption, immediately and without delay, that's arrogance.
What do you mean by arrogance, Edudi?
That is complete arrogance. That statement is completely condescending. I think they should withdraw it.
They should withdraw?
Yes, and apologize to the President of the Republic of Ghana. What impudence. Like in a typical away home, they will say, "Border way."
Border way.
I mean, look at you.
Who are you?
Like, who are you?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? How dare you?
Is that not an insult or perhaps spiting them?
I mean, like, seriously? Look, first of all, President John Dramani Mahama derives his mandate from 57% of persons who were eligible to vote on the 7th day of December 2024. And of this number, he did an impressive 57%. That is the kind of person we are talking about. He is not the president of a girls or boys guide. He is not the president of an association of professional bodies. No. He is the president of the Sovereign Republic of Ghana. Whoever put, and that is why you see that the statement is not signed by any named person. Because I wish to address that person, like, personally.
You would have addressed that person personally?
Yes. Because that statement is so insulting. I mean, whoever put that statement together possibly needs self-respect. Never again are we going to entertain. And I'm restraining myself. Because how in God's name would a president who has taken the oath of office, please go to the Constitution 1992, at the back, oath of office for the President of the Republic of Ghana. Oath of office for the President of the Republic of Ghana.
It says, I,
yes,
that will be the president.
Exactly.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Yes.
Solemnly affirm that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana as by law established.
As by law.
Why is this significant?
It is so significant because having taken the oath and affirm or swore that he is going to respect the laws of this republic, and guess who? Before whom he took that oath? Madam Gertrude Torkornoo, now suspended Chief Justice. And if you look at the tail end of the oath, what does he say? That he will suffer the pain if he disobeys what the Constitution says. It's in there.
Yes. It says, I further solemnly swear that should I at any time break his oath of office, I shall submit myself to the laws of the Republic of Ghana and suffer the penalty for it.
Suffer the penalty.
How does this come in here, Edudi?
Everything that has happened relative to her ladyship, the Chief Justice's impeachment processes, are all constitutionally sanctioned. The President, John Dramani Mahama, took an oath of office, and that he will respect the laws of this country. So on what basis would this Bar Council of England and Wales, in this arrogant manner,
A very important association, what you say?
tell President John Dramani Mahama to immediately and without delay? How dare they? Look, you see, there are some group of people who don't care to even sell their country once it feeds into their interest. For 8 solid years, that President Akufo-Addo ruled this country. Was there any time that any group of people or an association had the courage to even tell him, look, even when the president removed Domelevo, a decision that the Supreme Court of Ghana subsequently described as unconstitutional, where was this group? Or Domelevo is not a lawyer, so he does not deserve the protection of the Constitution. England and Wales, yes, it's true, they don't have a written constitution, but they have rules and procedure to guide how they govern. That is what has ensured order in that country. In this case, every procedure required under the Constitution 1992 has been complied with. Guess what? If you read the statement, it is a very legal argument. How sophisticated they are, that have been canvassed in our courts. That is basically what they reproduced. The same sentiments. The Supreme Court of Ghana had the occasion to make pronouncement on the processes in this impeachment thing. The Supreme Court had a fair. Everything done by the president so far has complied with the law. First, my brother Vincent Assefuwa was the first to go to court. And in a very interesting legal submission, and for some of us, we have always raised issues, he went to court and said A, B, C, D. What was the ruling of the Supreme Court on the injunction? Dismissed. Correct. Everything that the president had done so far is to ensure that he respects the independence of the judiciary. What would have been the position of the Bar Council of England and Wales, the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, if the president was the petitioner? Imagine for a minute that the petition in these ongoing removal processes was triggered by a petitioner called John Dramani Mahama. What would they say? Due process, rule of law. In this case, the petitioners are completely distinct from the president. The president has a constitutional duty to perform. Sui generis. It's not a duty cast on any other person in this republic today. Only John Dramani Mahama. Like Pontius Pilate, you have the duty to conduct a certain thing. How come that in all of this, the Bar Council of England and Wales have not been able to cite any breach of any of our laws, be it the Constitution, a statute, or any rule of law or rule of procedure? It's unfortunate, very unfortunate, and I think the Bar Council of England and Wales must, maybe let me use their own words, immediately and without delay, withdraw that statement and apologize to the good people of Ghana.
In response to what they also said, they said immediately without delay.
Now, I am saying that immediately and without delay, they must withdraw that their statement, arrogant statement, condescending statement. But you see, I've learned something. In life, when you find yourself in a hole and your intention is to come out, One of the things that you must avoid is to dig further.
And who is in the hole wanting to dig further? I don't understand what you are insinuating.
Obanyansafo, yebunebe, yenkanasem. Listen, we were here when we were told that Her Ladyship, the former suspended Chief Justice, had gone to where? ECOWAS court, correct?
Yeah.
What's the outcome of that? There was supposed to be an interim injunction. What happened? She wrote to the ECOWAS court that during this vacation period, they must hear the matter. What was the outcome? She had been to the High Court, human rights. What was the outcome? In fact, the court described the processes that she filed as blatant abuse of process. Vincent Assefuwa went to the court. What happened? My own senior brother, Kwabena Bonfe and others, went to the Supreme Court with a writ, an association. What happened? Then she herself, taking the benefit that the Constitution guarantees her, yes, went to the Supreme Court. What happened? Which one of these processes has President Mahama interfered in? The Constitution, Article 146, and I'll conclude on this, is one unique constitutional provision that has received a lot of judicial pronouncements. If you recall, the Ghana Bar Association, carefully, seeking to circumvent this constitutional provision, do you know what they did? They issued a writ. The Ghana Bar Association, so an association of lawyers can also get the law wrong. They went to the Supreme Court to challenge the qualification, eligibility, blah, 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 of Justice Aban. You remember?
Yeah.
When they got to the Supreme Court, knowing that it would be difficult for them to trigger Article 146, they decided to use a writ action to achieve the very end of Article 146. Go and read the reasoning of Justice Pegan, Ejabe and Co. At one point, Justice Pegan even said, quote, that an association of lawyers, the creme de la creme, ought to know better. So, the fact that this letter is coming from the Bar Council of England and Wales, Commonwealth Lawyers Association, is a demonstrable evidence that even lawyers, regardless of the pedestal you put them, can get it wrong.
Commonwealth?
Yes.
England and Wales?
Yes. I'm so disappointed when I read it.
Significant association, important association.
And look at the timing of the statement itself. At the point of national tragedy, they decided to put salt in our eyes. These guys are insensitive. They have no respect for Ghanaians. We shouldn't entertain them. Look, this one, it matters not whether you are NDC or NPP. There are a few things that should bring us together. And this is one. It's about the sovereignty of Ghana. It's about who we are. Yes, it may give you certain political mileage today, but where does it lead us to?
Now, if you take a look at the second page and the footnote, it says that the Bar Council represents approximately 17,000 barristers in England and Wales.
Do you know the number of persons who voted for President Mahama? Do you know the number of persons who went to the poll in 2024? 700,000.
17,000.
17,000. That's not even up to one polling station in Ketu North.
No, but this is a representation
they should respect
of lawyers in England and Wales.
Please.
And then the Commonwealth Lawyers also is an international non-profit organization which exists to promote and maintain the rule of law throughout the Commonwealth. And so somebody will say that you go up there and they say there should be the... They don't just leave because they are not seeking any leadership position. They are just satisfied to be members. But people get disgruntled because maybe they support some other significant other who is aspiring to leadership. They don't like the internal controls and rules within the party. or want to aspire to leadership positions, so they feel that they haven't been given significant room. And so if those significant people are supposed to be brought back, it presupposes that, well, they are being cocooned in a certain way until after 2 years, right? So that they don't perhaps continue with where they left off.
What we all need to appreciate is that political parties have the freedom to adopt whatever strategy that they consider is, like they deem fit. Now, when you lead a political party, in the specific case of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, my learned friend Justin Kodua, my friend Leonard Nanabi and co. And you go into an election where the result or the outcome of the election shows that in 4 regions of this republic, NPP does not have even 1 member of parliament. And that is almost 53 seats, no MP. Now you have a situation where 5 regions of this republic, NPP has only 5 MPs out of 45. If you look at those kind of numbers, you need to do very deep introspection. And so it may well be that after the Okwe report, maybe one of the recommendations in the Okwe report is to give this amnesty with caveats. And I've been asking ever since I saw the report, the release, whether or not the likes of the respected Paula Foku are welcome in the NPP today, whether the likes of Tameklo are welcome in the NPP today. I understand there was a time that the NPP said they have suspended also the membership, a foundational member, like my own great uncle, Dr. Nyaho Tameklo, ambassador, whether he's among those who they are giving the amnesty to. I mean, it's quite curious. If you are looking at it in terms of political strategy, what exactly is the strategy supposed to achieve? What outcome after this release you expected to know? Look, and I say this with all humility. Look, when you go into an election and you come out with this outcome, you'd want to try as many things. For instance, the bottom-up approach. You see, when you go into an election and you lose with these kind of numbers, if you are not careful, you have a meltdown.
What do you mean?
Yes. If you are not careful, you have a meltdown. And in that situation, too many things will be running through your mind. Because it's so curious, after 32 years, you are a scientist, an academic, you do research. For the last 32 years, when have you seen a political party elect a flag bearer before knowing who the party's branch executive will be?
Well, Per, this could be the first time. It hasn't happened yet, but...
No, but in social research you have done, don't you start from the known to the unknown? Or you start from the unknown to the known? You are a researcher. Kindly help me.
So what normally happens is that even in academic teaching, right, you start from the known to the unknown. Yeah. And sometimes when the concept is very abstract and does not actually communicate, you can use a theory, probably an unknown theory, to explain yourself.
But now, it's not an explanation.
No, I'm only...
It's actionable.
Yeah.
You see, when the thing is actionable, theorizing becomes problematic. What you can do, and like we do like lawyers, when a party, a client comes to you and present the facts, you build a case theory. But you build a case theory based on structures, known structures. In this case law. So the case law is something that has happened already. Principles have been established. And then based on that, you create that foundation. Yeah. Now, if you have a situation where a political party goes into an election and comes with this outcome and says that the best strategy for me, listen carefully, is to elect the flag bearer. That is the top. Now, before I'll look for the foundation, because we all agree that the building block of all our political parties are the branch executives, then the constituency executives, then the regional executives, national executives. Now you have a situation where you've gotten the head, and now you are now going to look for the workmen. How is it backed by social science? How is it backed by social, engineering? We must agree. I am interested in having a formidable political party. A political party that will put the NDC on its toes. Because you see, we need that for the sake of Ghana. I'll be happy if the NPP collapses. Yes, I will. But is that the best for Ghana? Certainly not. Look at the kind of opposition we gave the NPP from 2017 to 2024. Solid. I see that kind of opposition from 1996, the J.H. Mensah-led opposition. Formidable. Many of the things that they did provided the foundation for building this beautiful country. So we need that. We want to get to a situation where it will not just be a selfish interest by Edwiji, because if a collapsed NPP gives us a free way. But Ghana may suffer. If Ghana suffers, who suffers ultimately? All of us. So we need a formidable opposition. But where in this case, you think the best outcome having lost an election is to have you lead the party, is to have you become the top. And now you are looking for the foundation. You go to somebody's house, he's building. One, he's not sure of the ownership of the land. Meanwhile, he has put a structure, and he's now looking to build pillars, the foundation. What will be the outcome of that? And so, it may come across as a certain level of desperation. Who are these things targeted at in the various constituencies? Look, in the last NPP primaries, and I say this with all difference, Mr. Ken Ejapon, I mean, his supporters say connected. If you look at his performance, without the benefit of establishment, the support of establishment, and he came out with 36%. Yeah, was it 36? 37%. Exactly. And with Dr. Mahmoud Bamia, establishment, everybody whipped in line, did 62. Yeah. Correct. If you have that kind of scenario, you may want to put in words that will assuage the supporters of Ken Ejapon, correct, for the purposes of building a united front.
Well, that is why they...
With the amnesty, go on social media and see what they are doing to each other.
Significantly, we've also done some, well, not subject to any abuse or perhaps disregard to some personalities who could be grouped in, well, certain headlines. So, suspended national officer from 2015 following that crisis, Paula Foko, Sami Krab, Kwabena Ejapon has returned. And then we have members who forfeited membership or were expelled, 2023, post all those super delegates and all that. Yabo Abenya, someone significant guy. You watch him on TV, nobody else will tell you he's a true-bred Dankwa Buzia. And then we have...
a foundational member. Put it in perspective.
Okay. And then...
Look, Dr. Bamia came to NPP in 2007-2008, by which time all these individuals were there. Okay. In fact, the record shows that when he became the running mate, he was not even a member. He had to be given a special dispensation. So put that in proper perspective.
Hopes in Adoye, and nobody will tell you he's none other than MPP. Then we have Nano Hininto, Boniface Abubakar Sadiq, and then we have high-profile personalities like your own Alan John Kojo Tremanting. Is that right?
A man whose money formed the NPP, Dankwa Buzia Club.
Dr. Nyaho Tameklo, founding member. Of course,
arguably.
And then others to have run as independent. We have Kwabena Usu Idiomi.
Thanks for watching PENDREAM TV. What's your take on Tameklo's response to CLA and UK Bar Council? Did they overstep their boundaries, or were they right to speak out? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. If you have found this insightful, don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe to stay updated on all breaking political stories shaping Ghana and the world. Until next time, this is PENDREAM TV. Keeping you informed, engaged, and empowered. Thank you.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.